Hello, my name is Allie and welcome to my channel. We are back with Caller X Malice, but we are starting Shiraishi's route. Now, what I'm going to do is like I did with Takeru and halfway through Hakuoki, is during the common route, I'm just going to give the answer choices and then pause and then come back until do every answer choice and then come back at chapter 1 and start reading everything through there. So, as of right now, the first answer choice we'll be doing is we're going to speak honestly, and I'll be back. All right, our second answer choice we will be hitting would be you don't care if I die. I don't know why I said that like that, but yes, that's our second one. I'll be back again. All right, with this one, we're going to say I understand. I also wanted to say too, the reason why you do Shiraishi's route third to last is because there are a lot of spoilers. If you do his route, one of the first ones, you're going to end up hearing too much of the story and you won't understand. So yeah, Shiraishi is one of the ones that it's best to do right before you unlock Yanagi's route. Anyway, let's go. All right, with this one, we're going to say is working for the SP hard. I really don't know why I keep reading these so weird. Anyway. Alright, so with this part, this is reviewing all the X-Day incidents, which we are not going to do that because we've already gone through all this. So, because of that, I'll press that's enough for now. If you really want to see, if you haven't seen all the X-Day cases, watch, I think it's before Inamoto's route, one of those videos. So, watch that. And we are getting close to done. I think I have one more choice and then it goes to the next chapter. So, I'll be back. All right, with this part, we are going to go to forensics, and I'm going to read, trying to think if I should read from here or not. I'm not sure. You know what? I'll read from here because it's literally, once you're talking to Sakuragawa, it moves to whichever route it is. So I'll just read. I took a deep breath in front of the door to forensics and knocked. Knock, knock. Excuse me. I opened the door and spoke to a man sitting just beyond it. Good afternoon. I'm Lady Hoshino from the SRCPO local office. Is Katoho Sakuragawa in?
Good afternoon. Just a second. Hey, Sakuragawa!
A woman seated at a desk further inside reacted to the call. She was the woman I'd seen in the photo. This was definitely Sakuragawa. What? My hands are full. I love the running sound. Katoho Sakuragawa, 27 years old. Wow, I didn't expect she was 27. Sakuragawa's eyes went wide when she saw me, and she approached me right away. Good afternoon, Yes, I know. Come with me. With that curt response, Sakuragawa exited the room immediately, without even waiting for me to do likewise. I anxiously hurried after her. She took me to the roof. We would obviously be less likely be seen or overheard up here. Sakuragawa narrowed her eyes and scouted the area and spoke once she thought it was clear. I've heard about you from Sasazuka. You're here from Yanagi's detective agency with a request from the X-Day cases, right? Sasazuka said that they wanted me to help an investigator they were sending to the police. Seriously, what a pain. I love how in the beginning she used to despise us, and now and then later on she's best friends with you. It's funny how things change like that, right? I'm sorry. Sakuragawa shot a doubtful and disapproving glare at me. Hey, you do know you'll be fired for this if you get caught doing this, right? I thought this was just a meet and greet, but Sakuragawa cut right to the chase. She was testing my dedication to the investigation. I thought I'd been doing everything that I could each day to protect Shinjuku and its citizens. I thought that the X-Day investigation was in a distant, different world than mine. But now, I was right in the thick of it. I want to do everything that I can. And this choice will always change depending on whose route you're on. So it's going to say, I think there's a leak in the police station. All this time, and there's still no sign that X-Day incidents will be solved any day soon. It was a complex case, but even still, there must be other reasons the investigation had stalled. Like, say, there being a mole. I heard the brass have been muttering about it. It's even possible the spy was in this precinct. Heck, I'm even sort of a spy, involuntarily. Keeping in mind that Sakuragawa could be that very mole, I chose my words carefully. Since being assigned to the special district, I have listened to the voices of the citizens. What the people want is a peaceful, normal life. Adonis threatens that peace. I believe that the methods we've been using up to this point will not solve the case fast enough. And that's why you want to cooperate with Yanagi's independent investigation? Though he is a former officer, I am aware that sharing classified info with him is illegal. However, in light of the situation, I'd like to bet on the group not bound by the force's rules. When I decided to cooperate with him, I did so knowing that I may be fired. I accept that. So you did what you did after actually putting some thought into it first. Sakuragawa gave me a glance before letting her shoulders dip in a small sigh. I was ready to give you the 3rd degree for driving headfirst into an unknown situation, half-cocked. But I guess you aren't really. I made a promise with Sasazuka myself, you know. I'll look after you as best I can. Thank you so much. Getting her approval so easily was a relief. Oh, by way of thanks. I know this really great barbecue place. I'll treat you to dinner there sometime. Oh, really? Now you're talking my language. Give me your contact info. Sure thing. We traded contact information and I parted ways with Sakuragawa for now. But given I'm investigating the department too, I couldn't go into too many details with her. Forensics examines evidence, but they could also fake or destroy it, right? Of course, that sort of thing wasn't limited to just forensics. If there is an Adonis sympathizer here in the precinct, then all info on the investigation would flow right to them. It'd be easy to stay one step ahead. Of course, it's possible others have been collared and are being used like me. Knowing that, everyone suddenly looked suspicious. But the most suspicious of all is... Shiraishi. Somehow the first letter, the one that said you would die, was slipped into some case files that I was handling.
And the second letter you just saw was left on the table in the office after we found you in Shinjuku Garden.
Shiraishi is both an officer and part of the office group. He could easily plant both letters. And given that he's in the crime lab, he could tamper with evidence all he wanted. Then there's his reaction to my caller. It was like he found my situation funny. Investigating him first seemed the best idea. Though I had absolutely no idea how I was supposed to interrogate someone like him. Aha! Maybe I'll hit up Mukai first. She was in the same department and seemed like a much easier target than the man himself. Okay, I have a plan. After I finish my work, I'll go talk to Mukai. Chapter 1, Shiraishi. Catboy. I'm excited. The minute I got back to my desk, Moshida called me over.
Where the heck have you been? I've been calling you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did something happen?
Yeah, a threatening video got emailed to Shinjuku Station staff.
Then...
Apparently the whole place is now under gag order until the connection to X-Day can be found. Though, I heard they did pin down the location. A man's body was found, shot to death. Special District was tapped to help out, but they sent a different unit. The two of us are on phone duty to handle inquiries.
Okay. Buzz, buzz. My phone buzzed in my pocket. I grabbed it and looked at the screen to see who it was from. Who is it?
Stop by the office on your way home.
Sasazuka. The timing of this text led me to believe that it was in regard to the same case. All right, I'll head right there after work. I shot him a reply and took a deep breath. After that, I was overwhelmed by a relentless storm of phone calls regarding the case. Since it occurred in a residential district, there was apparently a horde of rubberneckers. That happens a lot in Texas, too. When there's a car accident, oof, you get a shit ton of rubberneckers trying to see what the heck's going on. And that just causes the traffic even worse. Anyway, so many people called asking what had happened, that the next time I looked up, it was night.
Hoshino, it looks like the calls are finally letting up. Why don't you call it a night?
All right, thank you. Gathering my things together, I stepped out into the hallway towards forensics. I bet they have to be busy too. What with the new incident today. Because it was so busy, I worried that Mukai wouldn't have time to talk with me. I didn't want to talk with Shiraishi around, but I also didn't want to drag her off anywhere. In all honesty, I'd just be happy to not bump into Shiraishi. Thinking back on how amused he seemed about my situation depressed me for a moment. If he sees me, he'll probably tease me again. Here we go. Feeling slightly apprehensive, I came to a stop in front of the door to the crime lab. I gave the door a quick rap, praying that it would be Mukai who came to answer it. Come on. Huh? I had to press that 3 times for it to finally move on. I'd been prepared for the worst, but the seconds dragged on and no one came out. Isn't anyone in? Wondering if maybe they hadn't heard me, I raised my hand to knock again.
Nope. Nuh-uh. Totally wrong. You're way too narrow-minded about this, Mukai.
I am not! I thoroughly examined the materials we have and have produced a perfectly logical theory.
Then, what about this instance? Throwing this into the mix, and your theory doesn't pan out so well anymore, does it?
Well, that's Shiraishi and Mukai, right? It sounds like they're in the middle of something. I'd come this far. I wanted to at least probe the situation and see what I could dig up. Quietly opening the door a crack, I peeked at the faces inside.
See, there are a handful of commonalities between criminals prone to serial murders, like the X-Day incidents. A significant number of them experience some variety of critical failure and, plunged into despair, resort to a criminal act. Projecting their problems onto others, they invent an outside enemy for validation. Then, feeling that they're justified, they don't hesitate to use force to kill that enemy. The public's reaction brings them catharsis, and you will see many commit S after. If caught, most will request the death penalty. To them, living is far worse. Thus, Adonis will likely attempt to reform this corrupt country. No matter what they feel, they must sacrifice to do so. If they are a group acting in concert, there must be someone acting as a leader. This leader will have no hang-ups whatsoever about their actions. That's what allows them to kill so easily. They believe their acts are justice, not crime. The quintessential mass murder, I see. He spoke firmly, brooking no interruption. This man debating criminal psychology was totally different than the one who teased me. That they announce countdowns and draw public attention to their crimes is a definite sign of their belief in the justice of their acts. For this country, at least, premeditated murder on this scale is nearly unheard of. I'm actually going to let you guys go here. I hope you are enjoying, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!